Think about how many goals you've hit in your life. The grades, the degree, the promotion, the house, things you wanted badly, worked hard for, and actually got. Now, be honest with yourself. How many of them truly left you feeling fulfilled? Not for a week, not for a month, for good. If you're like most people, the honest answer is none of them. The feeling showed up for a while, and then it faded, and you went looking for the next thing. And you've probably spent years assuming that just means you haven't found the right goal yet. But what if that's not it? What if no goal has ever left you permanently fulfilled because no goal can? Because that's simply not how human psychology works. And what if there's a different kind of fulfillment available to you? One that doesn't wait for you at some finish line, but shows up in the life you're already living. I'm a clinical psychologist, and over the last few videos on this channel, I've covered how to step back from anxious thinking, how to engage with what's in front of you, and how to stop fighting your own feelings. Today, we go one layer deeper. By the end of this video, you'll understand a different dimension of achievement, one that actually fulfills you, and I'll walk you through 3 pointed questions that begin to uncover what that looks like for you specifically. The phenomenon I'm describing has a name. Psychologists call it the arrival fallacy, the belief that reaching a particular goal will produce a lasting sense of fulfillment. The term was coined by Tal Ben-Shahar at Harvard, and the underlying mechanism has been documented for decades. Your brain is not built to hold on to the feeling of having gotten something. It is built to adjust to whatever you have and start orienting toward whatever's next. There's a study that comes up again and again here, comparing lottery winners and people who became paralyzed in serious accidents. The lottery winners weren't dramatically happier, and the accident survivors weren't dramatically unhappier. The nervous system adjusts. That's not a flaw, that's the design. And here's the part most of us miss. Goals are not built to make you feel fulfilled. They're built to make you move. The dopamine system fires more during the chase than during the catch. Anticipation generates more reward signal than possession. So a goal is doing exactly what a goal is supposed to do when it pulls you forward. The fading feeling at the end is not a malfunction, it's the goal handing you back to yourself, asking what's next. Which means the fulfillment problem is not a goal-setting problem. You can set better goals, you can set bigger goals, you can hit more goals. The feeling will still fade because fulfillment was never what goals were for. So if not goals, then what? There's a distinction worth making here. A goal is something you can complete. A value is a direction you keep moving in. You can finish a marathon. You cannot finish being healthy. You can get the promotion. You cannot get being someone who does work that matters. And here's where the research gets genuinely interesting. A team at Florida State, Stanford, and the University of Minnesota ran a large survey on what predicts happiness versus what predicts a sense of meaning. They expected significant overlap. They found something different. Happiness and meaning had different predictors. Happiness was about getting what you want. Meaning was about giving to people, to work, to something beyond yourself. Happiness lived in the present. Meaning integrated past, present, and future. And worry, stress, and anxiety actually correlated with higher meaning, with lower happiness, but higher meaning. 2 different equations with 2 different inputs. Most of us have been working hard on the happiness equation and quietly wondering why the meaning equation isn't solving itself. It isn't going to. It's different math. This comes from a body of psychotherapy called acceptance or commitment therapy, or ACT, one of the most well-researched approaches in modern clinical psychology, with hundreds of randomized clinical trials behind it. Its central idea is worth borrowing even if you never see a therapist. Orienting toward what you value isn't a reward that you earn after you fix your problems. It's often the thing that makes them more workable in the first place. So how do you find a value? Not in theory, in your actual life. If I asked you to name your values right now, you'd probably give me a list of words. Family, health, growth, integrity. And those words are fine. They're also borrowed. Most of them came from somewhere outside you. A culture, a religion, a parent, a Pinterest board. The words are not the values. The values are underneath the words. And to find them, you need different questions than the ones people usually ask. So here's 3 of them. I want you to actually answer these in your head as I go. Not later, but now. Question 1, the energy test. In the last week, what activity, conversation, or moment made you feel most alive? Not happiest, not most productive, most alive. Most here, most present in your own body. Now, look at what came up, because energy doesn't lie even when language does. Your nervous system was telling you something this week, and the thing you flagged when I asked that question, that's a values trail. There's something underneath that activity that matters to you. Pay attention to it. Question 2, the regret test. Imagine it's the last conversation of your life. The person who knows you best is sitting next to you. They ask you what you wish you'd spent more time on. Not more of, but more time on. Notice what you didn't say. You didn't say more hours at work. You didn't say more KPIs. You didn't say a bigger house. The honest answer is almost always a verb pointed at a person or a way of being. And that verb is a value. That thing it's pointed at is what matters. Question 3, the free day test. Tomorrow you have a day with nothing scheduled. No obligations, no phone, no one expecting anything from you. And one rule, you cannot use the day purely to escape. No binging, no scrolling, no checking out. What do you actually want to do? This one's the most diagnostic of the 3 because what you choose when nothing is being asked of you reveals what you've been starving in your regular life. The thing you'd reach for when no one is watching, that's not just a hobby, that's a signal. Look at all 3 answers. The most alive moment, the regret, and the free day. Somewhere in those 3 answers, there's a direction. Maybe it's about creating something. Maybe it's about being close to people you love. Maybe it's about working on something that has weight. Maybe it's about being outside or being still or being useful. Whatever it is, that's a compass heading, not a destination. And here's the part that I think actually changes things. With a goal, meaning is deferred. It lives somewhere in the future, contingent on an outcome you don't fully control. With a value, meaning is available right now. The moment you take an action that points in a value direction, you're already living a meaningful life. Not when you arrive, not when you achieve, now. There's also a second thing that values do. They make hard decisions easier. When you don't know what to choose, the question stops being, which option will make me feel better? And becomes, which option moves me in the direction of what I actually care about? That second question almost always has a clearer answer. Not an easier one, but a clearer one. This is what every skill on this channel has been building towards. What do you want to engage with? And now you have a way in. Pick the prompt that gave you the most surprising answer and sit with it a minute longer than feels comfortable. Then do one small thing this week that moves in that direction. And drop a comment and tell me which prompt produced the answer you didn't expect, and what one thing you're doing differently this week. And one last thing, if you sat with all 3 questions and got nothing, no signal, no surprise, just static, that's worth paying attention to. A flat answer can sometimes point to depression, burnout, a long stretch of disconnection, and a good therapist can help you find your way back to the signal. If this video gave you something, the place to go next is the one that I made on how to stop trying to control your feelings. Because the project of feeling okay is the thing that gets in the way of all of this. I'll link it below. I'm Dr. Tap Shamsi. I post new videos every week on anxiety, focus, and how your brain actually works. So if that sounds useful, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.